Welcome to the Holy Shhh Podcast, AEW Dynamite post-show, July 24th, 2024, special Blood and Guts edition. It's your boy ABE from DET, and without further ado, let's just get into this wild and crazy show. It starts off with the new international champion. MJF comes out to celebrate his win over Will Ospreay. He starts off by doing what he does best, degrading someone to the fullest. And that is exactly what he did to Will Ospreay. He said the match was easy. He beat him clean, fair and square. He showed him who is the better wrestler. And he also said, Ospreay, you have nothing better to do right now than to just kill yourself. And since your grandmother died, bury yourself next to her, but make sure you bury yourself 100 yards away, because her fat ass needs some space. This son of a bitch is the worst heel in professional wrestling history. I'm telling you, some people like to say Dominic get more heat. No, Dominic is a heel, but he is booed because it's funny, but they still kind of love his antics. MJF is a bona fide, certified, born in hell, resurrected on earth heel. There is no question about it. One of the best to ever do it. But he goes on to degrade the international championship and says this is a piece of trash, just like Nashville, the city that they were in. He throws it in the trash and unveils the new American Championship. The flag drops, and instead of stars, it got MJF's face on it. Confetti flies, and just when you think the celebration is over, here comes Will Ospreay, who was halted from getting to the arena because MJF had slashed his tires, but he made his way there, chased MJF out the ring, and tells him, per Tony Khan and Christopher Daniels, he will have his rematch for not the American title, but the international championship on home soil in the UK at All In. And I cannot wait for this match. The build-up just been incredible. The Iron Man match they had was on fire. Will Ospreay's mic work, MJF's ring work. Who would have thought they've been switching roles like that? But an incredible build-up. I cannot wait for the rematch. Shout out MJF. Shout out Will Ospreay. Two of the best in the game going at it. This is what professional wrestling is all about. But next up, this may not be the best in the business, but Chris Jericho comes out, defeats Suzuki, and just, it was a match. Let's just say that. Two old guys going at it, trying to be entertaining. They did that. It was some good chops in it. It was a couple good spots, but basically Jericho gets the win, retains the FTW title. Afterwards, Brian Keith comes out, the bad apple, who I fucking love, man. This guy's fucking hilarious. Big Bill comes out there beating the shit out of Suzuki. We all know Hook wasn't there, Joe wasn't there, but who came to make the save? None other than Shibata. He clears house, kick Big Bill's ass, kick Brian Keith's ass, and send them on their way. And the learning tree runs off. We still gonna get that triple threat somewhere, probably All In. You can bet your bottom dollar. Hook, Joe, Shibata versus Jericho, Brian Keith, and Big Bill. Put money on it. Next up, we got Willow backstage with Renee talking about her new CMLL Women's Championship that she just won. Stokely, little shit ass, comes, distracts her, and out of nowhere, Statlander lays out Willow, looking oh so thick, flying in the air, might I add, just slamming on that case. But anyway, lays her out and basically sets up an eliminator match next week. Statlander versus Willow. It seems like they're on their way to a collision course for All In as well for that CMLL Women's title. Speaking of women, next up we got Britt Baker defeats Kira Shida And afterwards, Mercedes Moné makes her way to the ring. And just when you think she is alone, none other than Camille. She makes her return to AEW looking like a goddamn giant. Siding up with Mercedes Moné, they seem to be a team. I love it when it's like the beautiful young lady and the big brute protecting her, kind of like Nia Jax and Tiffany Stratton. I love this combination, so this is definitely going to work. Camille puts her up in the torture rack and then gives her like a blue thunder bomb. Shout out Sami Zayn, slam, lays her the hell out, and it looks like her and Mercedes Moné is a nice new duo. No more running from Britt Baker. Mercedes Moné has backup now in AEW. Next up, we get Pac defeating some guy named Boulder. I mean, it was just a clean squash match. The guy was huge, had a good look to himself, but he was no match for Pac. Pac destroyed him, finished him off. 1, 2, 3. Over and done with. Not too much to say about that. Just a jobber getting jobbed out. Pac getting the win. Staying the number one contender for the international title. Whenever MJF and Will Ospreay get done, you better believe Pac will be right there waiting. Another squash match. We get Mariah May defeat somebody named Caitlin Alexis. Smashes her, but she looked incredible in this match. But it wasn't the match and Mariah smashing her. It was after the match. Toni Storm's music hits. Mariah May laughs at the audience like, you thought she was coming out. I put the music on. But then Toni Storm finally returns in all black, looking dark and sadistic, and all hell breaks loose. They are going at it like grown men. Mariah May, Toni Storm throwing haymakers. All the refs come out. They separate them. Toni Storm grabs the mic and tells Mariah May, at All In, I hope you are prepared to die because I am. This is one of the best feuds, and not just AEW, all of professional wrestling. The build up the whole year long, almost year long, of Mariah May being her protege. Mariah May turning on her a few weeks ago, the bloody bloodbath that she left her in. Just the heartbreak of Toni Storm. You can see it today how much she cares about beating Mariah May. This match at All In will go down as one of the best women's feuds in all of the history of AEW. Bet on it. Last up, we get the main event, the Blood and Guts match, Team AEW versus Team Elite. I don't know where to start. It was all type of shenanigans throughout this entire match. We had staple guns. We had Bowens falling from the top of the cage through tables. We had Hangman Adam Page. You didn't think he was going to come down, but then he eventually came down after Swerve. They chained him up. Motherfucking Jeff Jarrett had to come down, unchain him, let him in the ring. There was this one spot where they had Jack Perry chained up like Jesus Christ on a cage, and Briscoe hit him with the chair shot from hell. Sounded like Undertaker, Mankind type Hell in a Cell chair shots. It was just incredible. But this match was entertaining from start to finish. There was even a spot where Darby Allin went to the top of the cage and did a coffin drop on Jack Perry through the table, but the match ended with Team AEW getting the win because crazy-ass Darby Allin douses Jack Perry with gasoline, threatens to set him on fire, but Nick Jackson says, no, we quit. And before he quits, Darby Allin makes him use his VP authority and give him a TNT title match at All In. So not only does Team AEW get the win, but they also get the match with Darby Allin versus Jack Perry at All In for the TNT title. And you better believe The Acclaimed and the Young Bucks somewhere down the line gonna set up their match as well as All In. So kudos to a hell of a AEW show. On a scale of 1 to 10, it was very entertaining. I gotta give it an 8.9. Without the Jericho and Suzuki match, it could have went a little higher, but that was just a fucking shit show. It brought it down a little notch, so 8.9. Hell of a show, hell of a build up to All In. I cannot wait for this pay-per-view. We always know AEW may not deliver on a weekly basis. They have the last few weeks, actually. But you can guarantee the pay-per-view will be insane. And somewhere down the line, after Bryan Danielson gets done with Swerve, I don't know if Danielson's going to win it All In, but after the interaction that Hangman and Swerve had during this match, that feud is on fire. It should be Hangman versus Swerve at All In, but we getting Bryan Danielson. But afterwards, hopefully Swerve retains, and somewhere down the line, Hangman and Swerve got to go at it one more time. But until next time, y'all know who it is. It's your boy ABE, and you tune in to the Holy Shhh Podcast. Woo! What a show.
Media.